How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and we're going to be talking about AMC as well as GME. We had a lot of volatility inside the market today, so that was reflected in the price action that we actually saw. In regards to both of these stocks, they were both down on the day, but I still maintain some bullish upside going forward for these particular stocks. We also got to take into consideration, along with that volatility, we have a big time news that's going to be coming from Jerome Powell on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So a lot of people are kind of just watching and seeing how that actually unravels. But we also want to go into the technical analysis so we can have an idea in regards to price action, resistance areas, and support areas, so we're aware of that so we can potentially make some moves off these plays. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis on GME. So GME ended up being down 5.44% on the day. So we're going to be taking a look at what happened in regards to the pre-market. So you can see right here, we ended up having a gap up and we automatically ended up hitting a resistance level here at right at that $230 range. We spoke about yesterday wanting to see GME finishing above inside that 220 area. So seeing it have a gap up was actually good to see and was also not surprising at all. Like I said, we were expecting it to be going above 220. So we ended up having a strong sell-off, as you can see here, getting down to a low down here to $187, and also seeing it bounce off this level in regards to a support. We see the support levels kept going down and it started breaking throughout the pre-market, but I was not too surprised about it considering how it was inside the market. So if we take a look here, we had a strong run up here right at the open, getting to 212, and you can see we end up getting to a low down here to around $172.35. We already know, if you're on this channel, you know this is a buying opportunity. If you take a look at the RSI down here, it's literally in the 30s, it's around 34. So that's automatically knowing that this stock is going to bounce back. This is an overreaction. There's a lot of strong sell-offs, and this happened with many stocks throughout the day as well around the same time. So we can see as it got to this low to 172, made a strong move all the way up to $210. We already know GME has some strong support right at that $200 level, and that's another reason why it would have bounced back from here. So we see this resistance area, which lasted quite a bit, because even if we take a look at what happened at the open, this 210 area was definitely an area of resistance that lasted for a good part of the day from the beginning all the way up until 120. Taking a look at what the support levels were looking like. So once we got out of this rough start in the morning, we can see we have some support here around $195. So that's actually good to see, because now we're going to go further as far as what happened as the day progressed. We ended up hitting another resistance level here at 220. And this is actually what we want to see, because we know that 220 is an area where we do have some support, especially on a good day in the market, right? So knowing that it touched this area, but again, it got hit back down, is not really a bad thing considering the conditions. But anyways, as we start going down further, we have a support level down here of around 205. And as we open up the chart a little bit more, taking a look at what's happening into the after hours, we can see we have some definite solid support right here at the 202. So the fact that GME is staying above $200, that's exactly what we want to see. We want to see GME hold that $200 spot. I think that is very, very important, and it remains bullish also at the same time. But again, this is a stock that has a lot of demand, a lot of volume, gets a lot of attention. So I do believe there's still more room for upside for GME. It is not over as of yet. We can see even by the 21-day EMA at 205.56, if it finishes above that, it's still maintaining a bullish pattern and it's riding on trend, which is what we want to see. But like I said, the most important thing is GME is staying above 200, and when it does fall below 200, hey, those are automatic overreactions, and that's a time to buy as of right now. And moving forward, I will update you guys when it starts looking bleak and that doesn't end up being an area of support. Because even if we take a look at the 5-day 5-minute here, we could see right here quickly, just for this particular week, this was a low that we did not visit. Even the low that we have down here, we haven't visited these particular areas since the 10th of March, right? So it still has been a bit. And the fact that we revisit it here today on March 16 and things were volatile. And again, we already know this is a stock that is heavily manipulated as well. hey, it's not that bad of a day when you take things into consideration. Also, if we take a look very quickly here at the 1 month 30-minute chart, you can see we're still doing that trend fairly well. We had an uptrend going here. We kind of broke trend over here, but again, this is nothing to be concerned about in my opinion. And if you are investing or you are trading in GME, you already know what the risks are involved because it comes with a lot of volatility. So again, I still do believe that GME is in a safe spot in this 200 area and staying above it. All right, so you're going to be doing a technical analysis on AMC, and you guys know what I'm about to say because you know I love seeing a gap up. So we end up seeing a high here of $14.78 for AMC inside the pre-market, and of course this ended up being an area of resistance as we go forward here, literally at $14.70, and that's where we have a strong sell-off as we get closer into the open, and also as we get to the low down here of $12.34 during regular trading hours. I know you see something quite familiar here, very similar to what happened with GME and also some other stocks in some videos that we did today. So this was also not surprising to see. You could take a look down here at the RSI. This was a buying opportunity here at 1234, and part of the reasons why we have some strong buying pressure and brings up to the resistance level here at $13.19. This is an area to actually keep an eye on because take a look at here from the open, going all the way over here, we did test above it, broke it a little bit, then coming down and then testing it towards the end of the day. So this $13.19, $13.20 area is definitely a clear area of resistance. If we take a look at the support area, we definitely have some support here at this $12.80 or $12.79 area. Now I'm going to open it up and we can see what's going on inside the after hours, and the after hours looks like we have a support area here right at $12.95 with the current price being at $13.02. So just seeing AMC finish above $13, closing the day at $13 or above, or at $12.95 above, is actually really good and is what we want to see. There was a lot of volatility in the market considering we're going to be having some big things happening tomorrow and so forth. So as far as overall performance, it's actually really good. If we take a look quickly at the 5-day, 5-minute, it just had a little bit of a cool off. That's what I look at it as, right? We could see right here, it is very, very important that AMC will recover from this. So considering that the stimulus is going to be coming out in full circulation for tomorrow, and it's going to be going on throughout the rest of this week, also next week as well, I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens. I already gave you guys the price targets in regards to support. So as far as for a move to the upside, it would be nice to see a gap up into that 320 area, as you can see right there. And if we end up having a gap down, we know we could probably test areas around this 1270 area. And that's not too bad either, even taking into consideration this 1250 area right here as well. If we end up breaking these particular areas, don't be surprised, just be prepared and take advantage. If you see it in the low 12s or even going down into the 11s, again, these are opportunities. And whether you decide to take advantage or not, hey, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. I still believe that there's more room for AMC just like there is for GME and for you to take advantage of and get those trading opportunities. In conclusion, like I said previously, I still see upside for AMC as well as GME. Definitely AMC. We've seen AMC do like a pretty solid run up leading up to what we had today inside the market. Could this continue throughout the week? It could. But we also have stimulus checks that are going to be coming in as well. But then we also on the other side have institutions, and we know that institutions have the finances to move the market. If they start selling off on things and so forth, that will impact the entire market overall in general. So I want you to keep that in mind and realize that. And also depending on what type of news we get from Jerome Powell tomorrow will definitely have an impact. So in regards to both of these stocks, they have a lot of attention. They get a lot of demand, they get a lot of volume, and what does that mean? That's going to be reflected in the stock price, so that's why I still see moves towards the upside for these two stocks. And like I always say, if you're in these plays, Just make sure the amount of money that you invested, you are not afraid to lose it. These two plays come with a lot of volatility. So don't be putting your rent money, your bill money, or whatever the case may be, any finances that, you know what, you just said, hey, you know what, I'm going to just see how this goes and whatever happens, I'll deal with it. No. You need to make sure if you're doing these plays, you know what you're doing. So that makes me want to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. We'll talk soon.